Hello, and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. My name is Adam. I'm the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, is FHM producer Jeff, who is not pictured on your screens tonight. Say hi, Jeff.
No. Hey, everybody. Tonight you're taking over again for playing our game with the Modern Wings, who
Yes.
are, well, at least managed to win a game this time.
Yeah,
We'd had a bit of a losing streak there.
yes, well, we're 10, 13, and 3 for 23 points. We're not doing that well. It's early December, but we're not out of it yet, and we're continuing to try and improve our team. If we take a look at what we previously had done via our transaction log, we can see last time we grabbed Michael Furland off the waiver wire from Calgary and got Thomas Tatar back from the injured reserve as well. We also made a trade for Justin Schultz and traded away Drew Miller to Vancouver and M. Callahan to
Mitch Callahan to Toronto.
Toronto.
And signed a whole bunch of contract extensions.
Yes, and left some guys as well because we just went, that's too much money. So right now, we picked up Michael Furland. Michael Furland is currently 1.5 stars with 2.5 star potential, which means he is actually possibly one of our better players on our team. So we kind of need to get him into the lineup.
Which is kind of sad. But,
Yeah, which is kind of sad. So what do you think? I think we're kind of looking at either probably Patrick Elias or Steve Ott. They're both 1.5 star guys.
I think we're paying Elias a lot more than we're paying Ott, and Elias, just going by the game ratings, has been doing a little better than Ott. And on top of that, Furland is kind of, similar player to Ott.
Okay.
So it seems like Ott is the logical guy to sit out.
All right, let's scratch Steve Ott then. Should we put maybe Steve
And
Ott
we've
up on the
also-
wave or up on the trade block? See what we get.
You could try. I wouldn't expect to get too much, though.
Put him up. See if we get any interesting offers. I mean, we'll probably cruise on down to the trade deadline. We'll see what happens. Jimmy Howard is still
And we've also got Nicholas Kronwall coming off of the injured list any day now.
taking a look here quickly. So injured list. Yeah, Cronwell's day to day. Thomas Yurko is 1 to 2 weeks, so he's almost back. And Henrik Zetterberg, who we got back, immediately went back out with a fractured jaw. So he's
Lasted 5 games before he got hurt again.
Yeah. So we got some guys, possibly coming back here. So I'm going to just let the AI create the lines for us and see what happens. It wants to put Mrazek back in goal. But Jimmy Howard's too, so I'm going to flip that right away. Our new forward, Michael Furland, has somehow ended up on our second line right wing. So, okay.
Well, we've got like 15 left wings right now.
Yeah.
So somebody has to move over.
Dylan Larkin is currently sitting on the fourth line. I think I might switch him and Furland. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that definitely would probably be a better move.
Okay. And
I
then
don't think Larkin is rated very well at right wing. He's a 19 at right wing, so he's still do fine there.
yeah, what
Should be
about
fine.
Mantha? Anthony Mantha is 2.5 stars, 3. No, okay, so that makes sense for Furland to still be our fourth line. I'm going to tweak the ice times here a little bit, though. And
Yeah, there's no real reason. It's not like the first line is that much better than everybody else. You could probably give the third and fourth a little more time.
yeah, so I'm going to bump the fourth line up to 10 minutes a game. Third line to 13, and go 19, 18. How does that sound?
I think so. Yep, that sounds good.
Okay. Can you see the roles here, Jeff? Do you think we should make any changes here?
I'm just waiting for a sec for it to catch up. Nothing jumping out at me.
Yeah, me either. So I'm going to advance the day here. And yes, we successfully played Michael Furland, which we already knew because he was on our roster.
Yeah, I've actually got a note in the made for the little things to fix for FHM4 that will probably get rid of that stupid little pop-up because it's coming in so late.
Yeah. Michael Furlan said getting waived was one of his biggest disappointments of his young career, but getting subsequently claimed by Detroit Red Wings was one of his top moments. Getting waived is a terrible feeling, but I'm thankful Detroit has faith in my abilities, so the left wing said. All right, so we have a game today versus the Winnipeg Jets, who are actually worse than us at 9-15-4. So we're just going to quickly kind of take a quick peek. And Jeff, we talk about this lots, but I'm just going to ask again. Can you tell me what these yellow lines mean on my players?
That is minor countering roll. That means you can have major countering rolls which are red or minor which are yellow, and those will lower the tactical score of the opposing team. So that helps you either get the tactical advantage, or if the other team has it, reduce the effects of it.
Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 minors and 1 major. So not too bad. Michael Furlander sitting at... What is he? He is a perimeter shooter. I'm going to add a sniper roll for him, because he's 2 out of 3 on that anyways. So now I got to try and think of what okay, just taking a quick look here. So our leading star player is Thomas Vanek, who's played 26 games, has 5 goals and 2 assists for 7 points, versus Blake Wheeler of the Winnipeg Jets, who has 28 games played and has 11 goals, 13 points for 24 assists.
Yeah, we're not exactly getting our money's worth out of Vanek, and he's on a fairly good contract.
Yeah, and we got Michael playing against Michael Hutchison, who's 5-2 with an .886 save percentage, versus Jimmy Howard, who's 7-9 with a .927. So if we hit a quick sim game, and we lost 4-1 to the Jets. Oh boy, that's not good. Franz Nielsen.
On the bright side, I think we've got about 5 games in a row at home now.
Yes, but you don't. Okay, Andres Athanasiou had a game rating of 49. That's not very nice. Patrick Elias played fine. He was basically the worst guy. Ooh. Offensive game rating for Danny DeKaiser was 47. That's not very good either. Let's get away from that game. Okay, while in the off season, just while we're here, Patrick Elias has converted to center, so that's okay for us. Brent Seabrook got injured, and the Coyotes have accepted our trade of Luke Glendening for a 4th round pick next year. We good with that?
Yep, another 4th rounder. We need to clear a little space off the roster for the guys that are going to be coming back from injury.
Yes. Not to mention, it also clears a contract for us. So now if we look at our contracts tab, we're down to 45, which is something we desperately kind of need some room in, just for a little bit of maneuverability. But I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 goalies under contract right now, which is kind of ridiculous. Let's be honest. I mean, that's a lot. We'll keep our eye on the waiver wire in case somebody interesting pops up. Now, I know we've had kind of a... Mark Fane has showed up on the waiver wire. Not really of interest to us.
No, we're not looking too bad defensively, right? Well, we're not looking great defensively either, but...
Which reminds me, I'm going to take it. Oh, Mike Green got hurt. What? Minor injury, game unavailable, dislocated jaw. So
ouch.
Talking too much. So we're going to throw him on the injured reserve. And at the same time...
How long is he out?
1 to 2 weeks. You don't want to do that
if he's only going to... Oh, exactly 2 weeks. Well, it's close, but...
We got Nick Cronwell coming back anyways. Hopefully in the next day or two. If not, we're going to have to call someone up, it looks like.
You've got a space on the active roster. You might as well move Cronwell back.
Well, that's what so we got a game versus Columbus, and we have no other defensemen on our roster right now. So we're going to have to go down to our minor league system, which is the Grand Rapids Griffins. and bring somebody up. Ooh, we got some disappointing prospects right now too.
Yeah, I'm just having a look here, trying to see who's been playing reasonably well for him. And there aren't a lot of great options.
I'm thinking it's either
Oh,
going to be...
Ryan Sproul, we sent down, I think, a little earlier, 8 points in 10 games since he was down, so.
Yeah, it's either going to be Sproul or Nathan Patish.
Page.
Page, okay.
Might as well do Sproul because Page is 33. He's not going to get any better. And Page is actually signed to Grand Rapids. It's not ours.
All right, okay. Speaking of which, I'm just going to take a quick look at free agency to see if there's anyone interesting who's young, who's on defense.
At this point in the season, I doubt it.
Well, they got somebody named
Yeah, no,
Jesse
one-star potential. And
Simmons, who's 2-star potential, with an E rating, though. So he could be lower or higher. Should we consider signing
yeah, I
him?
wouldn't bother with one of those guys.
I'm curious now, what does he want? He wants
That'll be the minimum.
$575. At worst, we bury him in the minors. I wonder if I could sign him to a 1-year deal. No, can't, because he wants an entry-level deal. Won't worry about it then. Alright, so we have Ryan Sproul coming in, dressing him. Create lines. Larkin getting switched with Furland again. I guess we'll put Mrazek in net, see what happens.
PWalk66 asking for dropping frames. No, it seems okay to me here. It's been smooth.
I'm getting a little bit of a warning, so it's possible that there might be a little bit of stuttering. If that's the case, I'm sorry. But I can't really do too much adjustments
It's been
midstream.
good since that little thing off the start.
So, quick sim through, and we beat Columbus, who's 11-13-1 at this point, 4-2. So not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, if we can just survive December and get our players back, and we're going to make a decision probably in February as to whether or not we want to start selling people off or taking a run at the playoffs.
Well, I think at this point it's going to be selling people off, but we'll see what happens. We might be able to pull a little bit of hook and switch, kind of like the Tampa Bay Lightning this year. Trade away some guys, but still be competitive. But if we remain under 500, we got some problems. And we can start seeing if you'll get a few guys who are scouting list. Now, in the scouting list here, we can see Cameron Hebig, center for Saskatoon Blades, is 0.5 with a potential of 2.0. And it says, your scout believes this player may not have significant downside risks that other scouts have not fully appreciated, although he still might manage to succeed. That's kind of a new thing that came up with FHM3. Is that correct, Jeff?
Yeah, that means the scout thinks that the player's potential will actually change significantly, or may actually change significantly in a bad direction over the course of his career. It is a new mechanism we've added to the player development. So it might be that might happen. The only problem is it's set so the scout will sometimes be wrong about that, and will identify a guy that as having that particular trait when it's not really there.
Okay.
So he could have a problem, maybe not. And I saw somebody else, I think, a little farther down.
Yeah, we have Eric
Does
Lockford.
he have the opposite of that?
From UBC Thunderbirds. Has your scout believes this player's potential is highly volatile, but can't be sure which direction he will go in.
Okay, yeah, so there's a chance he could either go up or down. So, I mean, he's 1-star potential now, though, so I wouldn't expect it to go that much, up by that much.
Yeah. And another one who's negative, just taking a quick look. Another negative. One thing about Detroit is you have lots of scouts under contract.
Yeah.
Here's one. Chris Carsile. playing for the Bingham Senators in the AHL. He's 21. Your scouts believe this player may have a significant upside potential that other scouts have missed, although it's far from certain he will ever reach it.
Yeah, so that means there's a chance that he could get significantly better than that the star rating he has right now. Displayed for potential. It all comes down to how much faith you have in your scouts about being right about something like that.
Now I got a guy here who's playing in the ECHL. I wonder if we can offer him a contract. He wants a 1-year deal. Let's ask for his response.
BWalk66 asking if we can trade Ken Holland for a first draft pick.
Okay, so I just signed a guy.
That'd be trading us out of a job.
Who they said lots of good things about, so I signed him to a contract and then sent him down to the AHL team. And we'll see if he can actually, do some good there. See how well our scouts... They believe he has some significant upside. And he's a defenseman, so that kind of helps us out there too.
Yep.
I'm just going to take a quick look actually at his scouting report, assuming it's updated now. It has not been updated. Oh, yes, it has. Mark Howe updated this for us. Okay, I'm fully going to believe in Mark Howe's scouting report. So we'll leave him there and see what happens. Who knows, he might get some growth for us. And we'll just move on here, I think. Unless you got something else you want to talk about, Jeff?
No, go ahead.
All right.
Continue on with that 4 games left in the homestand now. Flyers up next.
That's a surprising win for us, though. Okay, so we can see Division 1A under 20 has began. And so there's a bunch of new tournaments, including Japan, Lithuania, Estonia, Croatia, Netherlands, and Romania hockey powers. Get ready to fight, huh? I'm sure that's a great interest to us. Quick game here versus Philly. And we won 4-2 again. All right.
2 in a row.
I was going to suggest maybe if we were continuing to struggle, we should possibly consider looking at our tactics. But when we start winning games, it's hard to switch tactics.
Yeah, exactly. I think we should probably stick with this for a little while.
Yes. Now, a question I saw that was asked on social media, I think someone said, is it a good idea to switch tactics to like fire wagon hockey, which is, a 1980s tactic in today's game? Would that be a good idea for us?
I mean, it really depends on your lineup, but I'd say with the one that we've got right now, I mean, we've got how many 1.5, 2-star guys at forward? We need a lot more offensive firepower to pull that off.
All right.
Maybe think about it again in a couple of years after some of these guys have developed a little more.
Nick Cronwall is ready to resume full contract drills, so he's not too far away from coming back.
Yep.
All right. Zetterberg has also resumed skating.
Oh, you might be a little ahead of schedule. That's good news.
Yeah. So a quick game here versus Arizona, and we lost 4-1. Arizona stomped all over us. So what happened there? Quick check of the game ratings. We can see Darren Helm was a 42 game rating. Ooh. Defensive game ratings. Helm was a 40. Dylan Larkin was a 40. Ouch. Franz Nielsen was a 48. Not a great game for us. But there's only so much we can do. And we continue on with the season.
Gonna have to start thinking about who to send down when the injured guys come back. I'm thinking Quentin Howden isn't playing for us right now, and
yeah,
kind of the bottom of the pile unless you want to send Ott down.
Well, that's not putting him on waivers. He might get claimed.
No, but none of them are. The only waiver exempt guys are the guys we don't want to send, Larkin and Mantha and Athanasiou.
Okay, this is a sweet name. Zombar Kiss. 19-year-old. I'm not even sure what country is that? What flag is that? Hungary? Hungary, okay. Yeah, he
Take your word for it. I haven't seen it yet. Hasn't popped up on the screen.
he's a half-star talent and potential. But he had 3 goals and 1 assist for 4 points in 15 minutes and 12 seconds of ice time. That's a pretty nice name. Cronwell is almost ready to be back, which will boost our defense core, but he's not going to come in the game today. We'll skip this game versus the Red Wings again, and we won 5-3. All right.
We are the Red Wings.
Kings. See, this is the problem when we have
Kings.
2 streams
There we
going.
go.
Yes, we were playing against the Kings. Old habits.
Right,
Last week.
because we were playing the Kings last week.
Yeah.
This week is the Red Wings, so.
Yes. Danny DeKaiser, 3 assists. All right. Good news.
Have we climbed out of the basement in the Atlantic yet?
I don't think we have, but I'll just take a question here. Cronwell is almost ready to come back. Jack Capiano looks like he's going to get fired, apparently, again. And Thomas Yurko is ready for full contact. So we're getting some offensive guys back healthy.
Yep, Zetterberg and Yurko back, and I don't think we're getting Franzen and Joe Vitale, but
Okay, good
they're
news.
still showing indefinite.
We are in 7th place in the Atlantic. 1 point ahead of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we have a minus 15 goal differential. That kind of needs a change. But otherwise, not too bad. Overall,
Yeah, I think we're probably at or near the bottom in the league for goals for us, so we really need Zetterberg back.
yeah, we're currently 12th in the Eastern Conference, which is not too bad. And in the league total, we are 21st.
About on par with what we expected for this season so far.
Yeah, well, that's not terrible. I mean, we're going to be in a dogfight for the playoffs. I mean, that's pretty clear. Cronwell is, in fact, back. So let's get him in. First off, we talked about sending down Quentin Howden, so let's do that right now. He's going to go on waivers, but the guy we brought up was Ryan Sproul. We're going to keep him on the roster for now because we should carry an extra defenseman. But we'll dress Cronwell and bring him in.
Yeah, at least until Grain is back.
Yeah. And we'll ask our assistant to create those lines. Okay. Mrazek's played well, but he's still cold. He still hasn't warmed up yet. And Jimmy Howard.
He does have that extra half star on Howard, though, so maybe we should try to get him warmer.
He's been playing every game. Howard's actually dropped one for not playing, I think. So, okay, quick game versus LA, and we lost 1-0. Goal was scored 7:53 into the game, and not another goal afterwards. That's a little rough. Continuing on. Uh-oh. Did somebody get hurt?
Not Cronwall, come on.
That would be about right, huh? Justin Abdelkader reached 500 games. Xavier Ouellet has improved.
No injuries, though?
No injuries. Yurko is back soon. Also good to see. As we're coming up here, Steve Odd is a left winger. I'm going to see if I can find someone who needs a left winger. Who needs a left winger? Buffalo? I think sending him back to he played for Buffalo before, didn't he?
Hotted? Trying to remember. Looking it up. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. It's end of 2013. Well, all of 2012-13 and the first half of 13-14 for the trading him to the Blues.
Okay, I'm gonna send him to, or try and send him to Buffalo to create another roster spot. So just trying to trade for a 4th round pick again, because that seems to be what everyone is okay with.
Yeah, at his age, I'm not sure you're going to get it, but worth a try.
So Mike Green is now day today. Thomas Yurko is now day today. I'm going to move Yurko back to the active roster. I'll leave Green there for him a little bit yet. Not playing him yet, but... Alright. Mike Green is ready for full contact, so he gets closer. Alright. And we got back-to-back games versus Carolina and Tampa Bay. Swimming through Carolina, we lost 5-1. Ouch.
Yeah, we're back on the road now.
Yeah. And we'll play against Tampa here really quick. Oh, we got a pile of new messages, it appears. Alright. Buffalo says yes to that trade, so we're going to complete that trade and send Steve Ott back to
another
Buffalo.
4th round pick?
Well, this is for this year, so we actually picked up another pick for this year. And we got a bunch of results from this from the under 20s from these other countries like Great Britain.
Yeah, I think next year we'll try to make those a little easier to screen out so you're not getting all the international results for the low-level tournaments if you're not specifically interested in them.
It's great to have them in there, but I don't know how much I care too much about Japan versus Romania. At a certain point. Who knows? Maybe we'll find our... oh, man. What was the name of the guy who was drafted? Who didn't actually exist?
Oh, Taro Tsujimoto.
Thank you. Name was not coming to me.
Japanese guy.
Yes. And we lost 6-4. Ouch, to Tampa Bay. Of course, Steven Stamkos is still healthy, and so they're kind of firing on all cylinders here.
Yeah, at least we scored a little bit this time.
Okay, Michael Verlander got a goal, so that's Verlander got a goal. Steven Stamkos has 20 goals. Just as comparison, if I look at our stats summary, our leader on our team has 10. So we're struggling to score some goals here.
Just waiting on Zetterberg.
Vanek has converted to right wing finally.
And hopefully he starts scoring now.
And Thomas Yurko is back. All right.
Good to creative. Yeah, I think that's what I named it. Isn't it?
What's that?
If you get it, there's a Steam achievement for drafting a Japanese player, and I think I named it after Tsujimoto.
I believe you did, yes. So we're just about at Christmas, and it looks like we're finally getting healthy. Mike Green is just about ready to come back, and probably will be back for the Florida game. Oh, there he is. Okay, we got 3 guys on waivers. Tim Erickson in Pittsburgh, who's 2-star talent, 2-star potential. Chris Summers, 1.5, 1.5, and Chris Brown.
Yeah, again, a lot of guys who just aren't going to make much of a difference for us.
Yeah. Ooh, Max Pacioretty's done for a while. So let's get those guys back on the roster. Mike Green is back. Henrik Zetterberg is day-to-day. We don't have quite enough room for him right now. Let's get Mike Green in the lineup. So who's coming out?
Probably Sproul, or did you send Sproul down already?
No, Sproul's been sitting on our roster.
Yeah, you can probably go down one screen. So I'm thinking Xavier Lett probably is the one to scratch.
All right. And bring Mike Green back in. The lineup. Sorry, Xavier Ouellette. But we need some more scoring potential. Thomas Yurko's also ready to come in, so who should come out as well on forwards? He's 1.5 or 2.5.
I think it's probably going to have to be Ilias.
That's what I'm kind of looking at. Even though he's, got 4 goals for us, but let's get Yurko in there and see what happens when I mix our lines again.
How much time left is showing on Zetterberg's?
He's day-to-day.
Okay, any day now then. Good.
All right, we're going to leave it at that. Oh, man, it changed my ice times again. I don't know why it does that. All right, let's play and simulate this game again because we are getting destroyed every game and we lost 2-1. Just can't get enough goals. Anthony Mantha scored a goal for us.
Was it at least overtime or a shootout or something that would get us a point?
We were down 2-0 up until 16:23 of the third period. We got a goal.
Well, we broke the shutout at least.
All right. I think it's time for us to look at our tactic, our main tactic, and see if we can start finding a way to just shoot the puck. Trade. Oh, this is a big trade. Dallas and Colorado have made a trade. Nikita Zadorev and Maximilian Papiach are going to, I believe that is Dallas, for Colin Point and Marcus Rusu. So the rights of 2 goalies. But Nikita Zordov changing teams is a little surprising. And then they sent him immediately to the AHL, which is even more interesting. Why would they do that?
Yeah, I think he would still be waiver exempt, so makes sense.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's probably better
than
half their team. All right, let's look at our strategy here. So our tactic we're currently using is the funnel, and we have full familiarity with it. But should we try changing to something just like shoot the puck? Because we're clearly not getting.
We can try. Yeah, I don't think we don't really have the forwards to pull off the really offense-heavy strategies.
Well, we're not winning how we have. So, if we play fire wagon hockey, that might be a little bit more interesting. Or should we play the Brooks system?
That might work a little better. Not completely offense crazy.
All right, let's try the Brooks system. We got to try something different. Okay. I'm just going to let the system create lines again. Still keeps wanting to put Dylan Larkin on the 4th line, and I don't like that. All right. So we're now at the Christmas break. December 25th. We are 13, 19, and 3 for 29 points, which I'm pretty sure means the Leafs have likely passed us now.
More than likely, yeah.
We'll take a quick look once it's done loading, since it's the Christmas break, and see where we are. and get the notification that the World Juniors are starting. Standings, we can see, yes, we have slipped back by 1 point. So the Leafs have managed 1 win. Which seems about right. All right. Also, Jeff, your Vancouver Canucks are sitting in last place in the Pacific at
Not
9 and
particularly
20.
surprised.
So we can feel good about that. The Jets are in second last. What? And Anthony Mantha went home and got food poisoning, apparently, for Christmas.
Too much turkey.
Of course he did. So he's game unavailable, so we'll scratch him. And either Ilias or Zetterberg's almost back. I'm going to move him to the active roster. We got room. Which means Patrick Ilias is coming in. And again... And we'll quickly play through this Buffalo game and see that we lost 5-2. Ouch.
Again.
But the good news is we scored 2 goals. Not much we can change here. This is just kind of the way how the... Justin Abdelkader is not having a good year for us.
No, he started the year, he was injured for a little while and hasn't really scored at all since he came back.
No. Let's see. Carl Alsner was injured. We have a game against Ottawa coming up on December 29th here. Derek Grant is on waivers. And he doesn't look like he'll help us.
Last game of the 2016.
What's that, sorry?
Last game of 2016.
Is it the last game? Okay.
Yep.
Playing versus Ottawa.
Next one is New Year's Day, I think.
All right, we're going to continue this game. We're going to just quickly sim through the first 2 periods and see how it goes. See if anything pops out at us. You know, Ottawa's got the offensive advantage and the power play advantage versus our penalty kill. But we have the offensive advantage on their defense, and our power play and penalty kill is the same. So, and we just got scored on, so it's 1-0 at the end of the second period. So we'll see how this third period goes. As we're playing this week, it seems to me that there's something important we need to talk about that's happening on Friday. Do you know what that is, Jeff? And if Friday has already passed, then it's already
apparently
happened.
there's some game coming out, some baseball game. Out of the Park 18 officially releases on Friday. It's the early release was on Monday. The pre-purchasers have had to look at it already, and it seems to be pretty good reaction so far. So that will be out on Friday. And another thing we're going to be doing, I think you may have seen it, we've always, for the last couple of years, have been offering a bundle of the 2 games together. And so you can buy, if you don't have FHM 3 yet, you can buy that in combination with Out of the Park 18. And we're also going to be dropping the price on FHM 3 during Out of the Park's launch week, so that'll be half price from what it normally is. So you can basically pick up 2 games for not much more than what the price of 1 would normally be.
Excellent. And you heard that here first.
Yep, I hope I'm allowed to say that.
Well, you heard it here
We'll
first
hear
on the
if we
stream.
didn't.
If you're here, congratulations. Yep. You know something that a lot of other people do not know yet. Yep. And it's 3-0, which means we probably lost this game horribly, and we did. We didn't really get outshot. 28-27. Just bad play. Vanek, 49 game rating. Or 48.4 game rating.
What is wrong with him?
Just, oh, boy.
The guy really wants to be traded at the deadline, I think.
Yeah.
We're not going to get much for him at this rate.
Maybe I should put him on the trade block now, see if that helps him.
Yeah, I could try. It'll probably just drive his morale down a little bit.
Well, he's playing terrible anyways.
Yeah, true.
How low can it go?
Much worse.
Place on trade block. And we're going to get our updated development reports here shortly. And have our owner yell at us for playing so poorly. Ray Bork is on waivers. Oh, Rene Bork.
I'm
slightly disappointed. Let's see. Anything of interest of note? Best skater, Connor McDavid. Obviously. Hardest shot, Brent Burns. Smartest, Henrik Zetterberg. Toughest, Jared Bowl. Fastest, Connor McDavid. Best role model.
Just can't stay off the injured list.
Yeah, best role model, Henrik Zetterberg. Cleanest, Chris Tanev. Toughest goalie to beat, Carey Price. And coach you'd most like to play for, Mike Sullivan. All right. Got notifications telling us guys will be back soon. So we could actually get Mantha and Zetterberg in our next game. So who's coming out of the lineup then? I almost kind of want to pull Vanek out of the lineup, see if it snaps him out of whatever he's doing.
P-Box66 asking how much for the whole bundle. I can't remember offhand. Sorry, I know we've dropped half price. I'm not sure how much their launch discount is for Out of the Park.
Yes, you'll be best to check Steam and eSeller on launch day.
I can't remember 100% sure what theirs is.
Okay, Anthony Mantha is coming back. I guess that means Michael Furland is coming out of the lineup. So we'll scratch him and bring Anthony Mantha in. Zetterberg's in. Elias is out. And let's try and create our lines and see where we're at. I'm going to put Howard in net right now because, well, we're just not winning with Mrazek anyways.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem to be getting hot at all.
And just take a quick look here. Okay, everything. Abdelkader, Zetterberg, Vanek is our first line. Alright. Continue to the next day, which would be January 1st. And see if we got any improvements at all. Let's see here. Mantha and Zetterberg are almost 100%, so they're basically ready to go. Todd McClellan could be out of a coaching job soon. Interesting. Development report. Only Jimmy Howard went down, so that's a good look at.
Yeah, considering all the older guys we've got, Elias and Zetterberg and Eriksson, Kronwall.
Taking a quick look. See if anyone jumps out as Eric Tangrady, one-time Winnipeg Jet. Oh no, just lots of solid growth. Tyler Bertuzzi had a good month. Picked up fighting, leadership, puck handling, and stick handling. Furland got some increases.
Is Bertuzzi up to 2 stars yet? It might be time to call him up.
Bertuzzi is 1.5 still.
He's got to be getting pretty close, though.
I would imagine he is. I forgot Joe Hicketts was with a Red Wings prospect.
P-Walk66 wants you to check if Chicago will give you something for Thomas Yurko.
Okay. What does he want us to? What does he want us to offer or try and get? Let us know, and then we'll talk about it. Petter Penguins. Marek Mrazek goes to Penguins, huh? Too bad I didn't see. What was the name of the guy who we picked up? Oops. Remember the defenseman? What was his name? Oh, there.
Defenseman we signed or on waivers?
Yeah. No, the guy. He's still there. Okay, never mind.
He says he wants a third-round pick for Yurko.
I'm thinking we're not going to get that, but we can make an offer, I guess. It's not exactly like he's been helping us too much. So Yurko.
No, he has been injured.
Blackhawks don't have a third-round pick this year.
No, that's not going to work then.
Fifths. But they don't have a second-round pick next year. What happened to all their picks? I'll ask them for a 2018 third-round pick. And see if I can grab a fifth round from this year. And offer the trade. Alright, game versus the Leafs. Put Jimmy Howard back in net, and we lost 4-2. Which means the Leafs get even further ahead of us in the standings. Not good. Mantha is back. Board Confidence says they were greatly disappointing so far, but Mike Ilitch is still happy with us. Well, if we take a quick look and see what, oops, wrong button, at our owner confidence, we can see the bar is still fairly high, so that's okay. Always a good feeling. But I don't think there's much more we can do than stock up draft picks and try and change this team. Reaction to the trade, Blackhawks say no way. Okay, I'll drop the fifth round pick. Zetterberg is back. And we move on.
Yeah, Good Creative saying we need to get conditional picks in the game. Yeah, that's something I'd like to work out. There's a few things we're doing right now that may make it possible for next year. I'm not 100% sure at this point yet, though. That and the other thing is I'd like to do is contract bonuses.
All right, we have trade proposal from Ottawa. Ready for this? They want Vanek, and they're willing to give McCoy Urkamps. Which, you know, I like McCoy Urkamps. He's a former Brandon Wheat King. But I'm not trading a guy who's 1 and 1.5 stars for a guy who's 3 stars.
Yeah.
Let me see.
You know, he's only 1.5 stars potential even. Playing in the ECHL right now. Yeah, I don't think...
if they're going to give
that would be particularly wise.
Wow, Ottawa doesn't have a second round pick till 2019. If they're going to give me a second round pick in there, I will consider it. So
I think you can do better than that for Vanek at the deadline.
I don't know. Versus Anaheim, and we won 1-0. Holy cow, we won a game.
And we got a shutout, so somebody will finally be getting a little hotter.
Jimmy Howard with the shutout.
Howard?
Of course, he's not playing the next game because the next game's back-to-back. And let's take a quick look. Oops. He did get hot from his shutout. So let's see if Mrazek can match that versus the LA Kings. And we won 3-1. All right.
Okay, 2-game winning streak.
All
See
right,
if we can make it to 3. I don't think we've done that yet this year. Oh no, we won 3 at the start of the exhibition season.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Reaction. No way from Ottawa and no way from Chicago. So Chicago will not give us a third-round pick for Yurko. And Ottawa says they will not give us a second-round pick for Vanek. So
Yeah, just hang on till Vanek till trade deadline. I'm sure we can get something for him then.
well, he might have 10 points by then.
You're optimistic?
Let's see. Anthony Bechetto is on waivers. Nothing really exciting there. Division 2 under 20 championship starts today. A team from Mexico? Interesting.
Yep.
So are the Mexico expats or what's the story there?
No, local kids. A legitimate program they had a few years back. They brought up their, I think it was under 18 team, and we were playing the junior B teams here in BC.
Okay. Well, we just lost 3-1 to San Jose, killing our winning streak. But whatever.
Oh, we got a few points out of it at least.
Still below the Leafs. Even if they've lost every game since we last played them. They were at 34. They went over us. As we continue to send the season along. Game versus Chicago. Mrazek's in net, and we lost 6-2.
Ouch.
Wow.
So much for trying to get Mrazek caught, and he's just not having a good season.
No, he's doing everything that he can to screw up.
The thing is, we may want to move Jimmy Howard at the trading deadline for somebody's looking for a backup goalie. Playoff insurance.
Oh, Eric Bolton is on waivers. There's a big name.
Yeah, I think we can pass on that.
Todd McClellan is back on being watched to get fired again. Poor guy just can't stay. Game versus Dallas. And let's get Jimmy Howard back in net, see if he can spark us. And we lose 2-0. So not even Jimmy Howard can get us going.
Question in chat, with the expansion team coming, how hard will it make the next version? How do you mean how hard to play, or how hard for us to build it?
There's a lot of factors that go in. I mean, obviously, if you're playing the newest campaign, our schedule matches up, right? Correct, Jeff, with the NHL schedule as it accurately is.
Yep.
So, I mean, obviously that takes care of some of that in terms of schedule being input. The team will have all the players
there's
on
just
it.
a few things we would like to do for, like, make it possible to start before the start of the season, like even before the expansion draft, was if you want to play Las Vegas. So that's going to be the toughest part of it. I mean, if we just do it like we normally would, not difficult at all to add Vegas. It'll just be in like a normal team mode start next year. But we want to add that early start so you can draft the team yourself if you want. So that's going to be a little bit complicated, and we're trying to figure out how to do that right now.
Huzzah! We won a game versus Pittsburgh, 3-1. Thomas Tatar scored a goal for us.
And there's also the new expansion draft rules, which are a lot more complicated than anything they've used before.
But add an air
So
of
that'll be
excitement.
fun to figure out.
So we won a game here, and we are just going to play this game versus Montreal, and that'll probably end our stream here.
Yep, coming up on the hour here. Hopefully we can get a win to close it off like we did last week.
Yes, that's the hope. And play versus Montreal. Okay, who do we start? Do we start Mrazek or Howard?
After that last game, I think you got to start Howard.
We won our last game.
The 6-2 game, though, I mean.
Okay. All right. Howard in net. And we will play and see how things go. And continue to go here. And we got... Oh, good news. We're playing against Al Montoya and not Carey Price. So we already scored. It's 1-0. Gustav Nyquist with the goal. This is by
Feeling the
Tatar.
Canadians aren't taking us seriously.
I guess not, no, if they're going to start Al Montoya. But again, we are one of the worst teams in the league, so that's not completely unexpected. Now, if you're tuned in right now, you may have noticed that there was no Out of the Park baseball stream tonight. That is because there will be an Out of the Park baseball stream Friday celebrating its release. Make sure you're tuned into at OOTP Baseball on Twitter for all of the when that stream is going live. He currently has a vote of what team he's going to make
Rebuild.
Yes, that is the word I was looking for that I could not think. Montreal just scores and it's 1-1. So if you're interested on that, you should hop on Twitter and go see. Scroll down and find that on OTP Baseball. Next week, we will likely not have a franchise hockey manager stream.
Yeah, I'm on vacation. It's actually going to overlap a couple of Wednesdays, so we will skip it next week. And I think, Adam, you're thinking of doing something the week after.
Yeah.
Whether it's
Yeah,
this Red Wings game or
Yeah.
some other.
Okay, we just scored to make it 2-1, thanks to Jonathan Erickson. Yeah, we will not be gone for 2 weeks, but we may have next week off. Or we might do something on Thursday or Friday next week. We'll keep tuned to the Facebook and Twitter pages, and we'll let you know if something comes up one of those 2 days. And we're up 2-1 at the end of the first. Maybe we'll do another mock expansion Los Angeles draft. Or Los Angeles. LA... No,
Las
still
Vegas.
wrong. Las Vegas draft. Wow,
There
did
we
I
go.
say that wrong multiple times. Something to think about. And good news, Mike Green just got injured with an eye irritation. He is seriously injured. So, perfect.
Yet again.
Yep. Also, looking at our tactics, Montreal is destroying us on every single tactic. Oh, no, that's not
That's what
true.
happens when you change your system in the middle of the season.
Well, we need to do something. Now, will my other tactic, will the team lose some of its points into it because we switched?
The one you didn't switch, no. But the one you
The one that we...
did switch, yeah, there's a...
No, I know. I mean, obviously we're building to it, but I just meant the last one. We're not. We don't take a. If we want to switch back, we're not going to be down to like 2 stars in it.
No.
All right, and we are still up 2-1 at the end of the second period, starting the third.
Let's see if we can hang on to that.
Well, since we're waiting here, I'm going to start doing some wrap up. So thank you for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager 3 stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. As Jeff talked about earlier, OOTP Developments are officially launching Out of the Park Baseball 18 on